Hey guys, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good, because it's good to feel good. And today I wanted to do this video to just talk about something that really bugs people in Britain, and that is British weather is weird. Like, it's so weird, and I thought, do you know what, I want to talk about some kind of scenarios that you could find yourself in when it comes to the weather, and like how it could be hot, it could be cold, it could be a bit of both. So yeah, let's continue.
It's Ollie, the guy who likes pandas.
First of all, I just want to start by saying I'm not a weather reporter. In a way that's like Joe Sugg saying I'm not a daily vlogger. But yeah, I'm not a weather reporter, so yeah, don't expect me to predict the weather unless there's a cloud in the sky. Then I could say, hey, it might be raining, but who knows. Anyway, let's go. So yeah, British weather is one of the most weirdest things that you'll find whenever you come to this country, or if you live in this country, of course. And it's so puzzling. I mean, one day it could be raining, one day it could be sunny, one day it could be a bit of both. It's just weird. Like, what? Ah. When it gets super hot in this country, just everyone starts to lose it. In fact, about a week ago... with us in the Yes, I did that. I did a week ago. I haven't done that in a video for a while, but yeah, it returned. So yeah, a week ago, it was the hottest day in Britain. And what I mean by this is the hottest day of the year so far, where it got to, it reached the highs of 38 degrees Celsius, and that's not normal when you're in Britain. You can clearly tell this is not normal for Britain, because it might be cold or raining or something like that. Also, when it gets hot, like super hot, like businesses and schools will be tempted to close down because basically they can't cope with the heat. Like, the people who go to school and who work, like, whenever it just reaches a high temperature outside, then, you know, you might get a bit sweaty, but then they'll probably close for the day and say, hey, we're gonna let you go home for the day because it's too hot to even do this. It's too hot to even be here, it's too hot to go to school. So yeah, nah, we're giving you a day off. Which is kind of ironic, considering how when people would want to go on holiday to another country where it is hot, to essentially escape Britain because it's either cold, miserable, and or constantly raining. Speaking of rain, it's very common to see rain falling from the sky here in Britain, good old Britain. It's like we're a country that's accustomed to rain. Like, whenever people might think of Britain, they'll think rain. But I mean, it's very common, as I say, it's very common to see rain, like whether it's one every other day or days on end where it's constantly raining. The rain is basically a way of saying, if life's very boring, let's just elaborate on that. Let's make it very wet outside. Make it wet. Yeah, rain here, there's a puddle there, watch where you trip, you might get wet. The rain is so common, like, whenever you see rain, you just think, oh, today's going to be very boring. It's because it's raining. Snow also tends to fall in Britain, but this is a very rare occasion, and it only really occurs like during winter, whether it's like late November to maybe early March. That's usually the time where it will snow. But I mean, I don't remember a time, like, it must have been like 10 years ago or something, in the middle of May, and it just suddenly snows out of nowhere. Like, how does this happen? Like, why is the weather pattern suddenly saying, hey, let's just make it snow for the hell of it? But yeah, it was snowing at the end of spring. When does that happen? When? That does not make any logical sense, but I do remember that day. It was just the middle of May, and it started snowing, and like the day before it must have been sunny, or something like that, and yeah, it was just snowing out of nowhere. And whenever it snows, schools and businesses will tend to say, hey, you can have a day off because we can't cope with the snow. And like, public transport won't be operating as usual, and there's also a sense of irony to say, hey, we can cope with this kind of like cold weather, but whenever it's raining and it's very cold, we're just like, oh, let's just stay inside, stay out of the cold. But yeah, like, whenever it snows, again, we lose it. Like, snow is just a thing that, it's very joyful, snow is, in a way. And it also kind of, like, whenever it snows around Christmas, it gets people kind of festive. But yeah, it, like, snow is just one of those things that we can cope with. Like, even though we have to like dig it out of the roads to like make way for people. And also, like, earlier this year it was briefly snowing. Like, it was the day before I went to Florida, and out of nowhere it just starts snowing. Like, I'm like, oh no, this is not good. Like, if it kept snowing through the following day, then I was worried that I might miss my flight or something. But it was fine. It basically cleared within a day. Now we were like, yay, the snow's cleared, I can officially go to Florida. And yeah, those are some things or scenarios of British weather. And yeah, if you have like problems with the weather in whatever country you live in, even if it is here in Britain, then let me know in the comments what stories you have of the weather and that. But yeah, those are some of the scenarios and things that you might find in British weather. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and like, comment, subscribe and share. Love. See ya!
Ollie Walker.